How do you find a brand's position? Now, if I was to ask the experts with years in the field with lots of case studies, you know what they'd say? Go read the homepage. Go read the LinkedIn profile. Go read the social media profiles of this business. You know what the problem with that is? They're all pointing to copywriting, messaging, offers, conversion copywriting on the homepage, and essentially what I like to call is framing. And none of them is positioning. Why? Because position is the space you occupy in the customer's mind. None of those surfaces are the customer. They're all the company. What the company claims, what the company wants to be, what the company aspires to be. So let's not listen to those stupid fucking experts. Let's instead just focus on what? The customer. And the problem here also is, even when we go down this path, well, people are like, well, let's just do a survey. Let's just ask our customers. Now, I know that sounds like the right way to do it, but the problem there is when you ask people to describe their behavior, they're gonna go back into their brain and come up with a very logical sounding, plausible answer that's kind of like a performance, which kind of makes them look good. But in reality, it's so far detached from the truth. So what's a better way to do it? A better way to do it is to go look at conversations that are happening about your brand, which are unprompted, which you did not pay for, which you did not prompt, you did not ask someone. So forums, review sites, support tickets, you want to go and have a wide spectrum footprint of all these different customer voices, read them. So the problem now is you've read all these reviews and what you're reading is people describing features, something doesn't work or something works, they love that specific feature. And you, in your mind, you're like, oh, that's our position. No, wrong again. What you want to do is look underneath those words. What's the pattern that emerges under the words that they're describing? So on the top, they might be describing a specific feature, a workflow, a jobs to be done. What is the identity transformation that's happening after they've used your product? So for example, somebody writes, I finally stopped second guessing the numbers before the board meeting. Now, when you read that, you're like, well, they're describing a reporting feature. But pause. Look underneath those words. What are they? What's actually happening in real time in that person's mind, which they can't even express themselves? They're saying that they no longer walk into a meeting feeling like a fraud. That's the identity transformation that's happening in that moment. So underneath your features and benefits, what's the thing that's happening psychologically that the person can't describe, right? That's your position. And that's sort of the beauty of what Apple and Nike did. People are describing the features of the shoes, the cushion, the materials used, but underneath that, it's about the athlete underneath, which then in marketing gets expressed as just do it. So the position sits underneath, and it's the transformation the customer experiences, and then how that's expressed in the words and framing and on your website. And how do you actually form a position in the customer's mind? Well, just think about, how do you build reputation? Is it with actions or words? If you have kids, you know kids pay attention to your actions and not words. And it's so deep into our psychology that we pay attention to somebody's actions and what they do, not what they say. Companies are no fucking different. So neurons that fire together, wire together. If neurons don't fire together, they don't wire together. So if a company is making all these disjointed signals, they're not wiring together. So there is no position being formed. So if you are showing up with consistent signals, so when you say customer service, That means when somebody calls your fucking phone number, somebody picks up in 60 seconds. It's so horrible right now that it takes about 35 minutes to 45 minutes just to get a human on the phone. What's your return policy like? What are the things that you're not building? So what are the costly signals, capital allocation you're doing over decades that demonstrate to a person who you are? People are paying attention to how you make them feel at every single interaction. That's what forms a position in their mind, not fucking words on your fucking homepage. I mean, just look at politicians. Politicians are the biggest yappers, and we all know how we feel about politicians. And yet, all the experts on LinkedIn are telling you to tighten up the words. Look, words are important. Totally get it. Having a great offer, doing fantastic conversion copywriting, having a fantastic sales funnel, all of that is great. That's not positioning. So if you wanted to figure out what a brand's position, not brand positioning, what a brand's apostrophe S position is, don't look at the website, don't look at the social media. Instead, go to the part of the brain where the position sits, which is the human, not the company website.